All right, we're here. Hello, gamers and gamettes. It's time to talk about the most anticipated film of the year and the past year and all of eternity, really. A film that has been in discussion ever since the title was released. And that title, you ask? Oh, of course, you read the title of the video. You know the title of the film. It's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Now, why? Why would I go see this? Why would I watch it? Why would I give it attention? Well, I am a giant a fan of Winnie the Pooh. I think that the older entities are still really great. I think that there's a level of humor in them and that works with children and adults alike, but it's not adult humor. It's not suggestive humor, but it's just witty enough for adults to get and for children to understand. Put together, I think that the old properties are great. What else do I love? Horror. I love horror films. Specifically, obviously, I would prefer good horror films, but I love bad horror films. And this is a Fathom event, so you know it's going to be a bad film if it's on a Fathom event. Unless it's like the Ghibli marathon thing that they have. So let's talk about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It is the worst film of the year thus far. It's my first one in February. You usually get a one in January at least. Maybe I haven't been watching the right films, but this is the first one. And not only is it the worst film of the year, it might be one of the worst films in a pretty long time. Let's talk about why. When you really think about a movie, when you first talk about a movie, you have to think, what was the purpose of this movie being made? Now, this could have been a movie made by a Winnie the Pooh enthusiast. Obviously, that's a little bit of a stretch, but even as someone making a film on Winnie the Pooh, you think that you would be able to infuse certain aspects of the actual show, the original books, to make it a little more inventive, to give it a little nice twist on it. But you don't do that. There's Christopher Robin and there's the 100-Acre Wood people, and they kill people, and then that's it. And then that's it. There's no integration of anything from the original IP. It's just that it is so uninspired that it made me want to vomit multiple times. And you know what? So it doesn't work on that level as a film. It was obviously made because the public domain is up on Winnie the Pooh, and they were like, "Yeah, this will be fun." It was not fun. Now, when you go into a film that's titled Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, perhaps you're expecting a so bad it's good experience. Multiple of us that were in the theater very clearly were. I certainly was expecting a so bad it's good thing. I mean, Winnie the Pooh and horror films, put them together, a recipe for absolute insanity. One would think. You would think. Looking right in the camera, you would think that, right? Nope. Not at all. It is just terrible. It's just really, really bad. So, the thing that I can enjoy about so bad it's good films are a couple of things, and let's talk about why I can't enjoy those in these films. One of the things, the primary thing, is when the camera quality is so bad, like on those straight to VOD, Amazon Prime or Tubi movies that look like they were shot on a handheld camcorder from 2008. I think that's funny. It's like, oh my god, it looks so bad. There's no professional quality to it. The camera quality here is just good enough to look like a movie that could be put out in theaters. But do you know what doesn't look like a movie that could be put out in theaters? The way that this film is shot is intensely bad. It is disgusting. There are some weird, terribly framed Dutch angles, and there's weird, like, tilted shots that just, I've never seen someone shoot an object at the angle that some of these shots are at. It's truly pure incompetence. I can understand, a little bit of a Dutch angle and a little bit of a tilt, but it's almost like this. I just cracked my neck. I'm so old. It's shot like this, and it's like, what's the point? What are we accentuating with this shot? What is the purpose? And there's none. It doesn't make things off kilter. It just makes things weird. Okay, cinematography bad. You know what else I enjoy about So Bad Is Good movies? Really, really cheesy dialogue. Really cheesy, stupid dialogue. Well, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the dialogue falls under one of those things. But it's just stupid. It's not fun. It's mind-numbingly idiotic. There is a scene towards the beginning when the inciting incident is happening, and the girls see that there's "Get Out" written in blood on their the wall, or like this like glass pane of window. But before that, they had seen one of their friends is dead outside. So they come in, and then one of the girls makes the incredibly astute observation and says, "I think the person that killed," insert name here that I don't remember, "is the same person that wrote this with blood." Oh, what? Really? You're serious? You don't mean there's two separate murderers out there working on different things, and one just so happened to kill someone, and one just so you mean to tell me it's the same person? You could have fooled me. You could have fooled me. Whenever there's a murderer out there, I'm always thinking that there's another one on a completely different plate. So dumb. Now let's talk about story-wise. Dialogue is dumb. So is the story. There are multiple moments within this film. I can count on two hands, at least 8, probably around 10, where any rational, logical human being would say, we should get out of here. Now, I'm aware in bad horror films that's a trope where it's like, oh my god, don't go in there, haha, don't go in that room. But there's generally some sort of force keeping them there. There's generally some sort of either supernatural or stalking entity that's keeping them in the place that they are, so they make the mistakes within that area. That doesn't happen here. There's a point where two of the girls see the two, Pooh and Piglet, carry a girl off to execute her, presumably. Now, would you not go get help? You have the keys to your car. You don't have your phone, sure. You have the keys to your car. You have a gun. Go get help and come back and get your friend. Then they untie their friend very easily, mind you. These are two women. All of these girls look like they're 5 years old, which is insane. But hey, that doesn't matter. Nothing matters. So they get her free. So then the three of them, you would think, oh, they're going to go. And then they don't go because they hear someone shouting and they're like, we have to help him. You know what could help that man? You know what could help Christopher Robin, who's chained and tied up in a barn? I don't know. Police? Some sort of law enforcement? But no, okay, so then they go there and they unchain him. Their lucky streak is really rolling. And they unchain him, and then they hear another random woman screaming. Another random woman. They do not know who this woman is. And they go get her too. Why? Go get help. Get help. What are you doing? This is so nonsensical. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And it's not like there's nothing keeping them there. They're not being followed by Pooh and Piglet to their knowledge. So just leave. Mm-hmm. Then a group of truckers, a group of 4 men come down the road, and they're like, the girls see them and they're like, oh my god, Pooh is chasing us. Pooh is chasing us. And then they see this Pooh figure down the road, and the girls all of a sudden can't speak or explain anything, and they just say, no, don't do it, no. I mean, lay out the situation from them and say, hey, this is a creature, half human, half bear creature that has almost otherworldly strength that has killed multiple people. Let's get in this car, which is running, mind you, and drive away and go get help. But no, they can't say that or even do it. So then, spoilers, everybody dies. That's how the movie ends. Everyone dies. All of them die. Nobody lives. The only thing that lives is Pooh. And there was a point to any of that. Of course not. There was no point. It's like they didn't have an ending, so they just killed everyone. Why? What is going on? Why was this made? What was the idea here? It was just Winnie the Pooh is a thing that people know. Fuck it, let's make Winnie the Pooh. They know what it is. It'll make money, and I bought a ticket to it. And it's not even on Regal Plus because it's a Fathom event. I paid money for this. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Why are we doing this? I'm the problem. I'm the problem. But I'm so angry, and I'm angry at this, and I'm angry at myself. Why? I've never seen a film in theaters that had less of a reason to exist. I get making a really stupid studio comedy with Kristen Bell and Tiffany Haddish. Well, not anymore. But you get my idea. Oh, it's to make money. The studio needs a guaranteed moneymaker. I guess this will make money. Because it's an existing IP and it's putting it in a situation that it wouldn't normally be in. But is that it? If you're the director of this film, you will be known for making one of the worst films ever. At least with that, there's this one guy, and I can't remember his name, but he's made a bunch of the Jurassic Shark movies, Noah's Shark, all of that stuff. At least you can tell that man, A, does not have anything of a budget, and B, is having the absolute time of his life making these films. You're the director of this film, who I don't even know the name of, nor do I care enough to look it up, because you're an absolute hack job. This is what you're known for, making terrible movies just because of an IP being public domain now. That's what you're going to be known for. You're going to be notorious, infamous, as one of the worst directors ever, one of the worst writers ever, as a complete non-entity in film. Did you think that it would end up this way? When you initially found, I'm assuming at some point you had a love for film. And if you didn't find, that's okay. I'm going to look up interviews of you on the internet and see if you sound even remotely intelligent or remotely passionate about anything in the world. And if you were, when was the point that it died? When did you decide, hey, I'm going to sell out and make really, really horrible products that are going to do somewhat well? Once again, I think this, in most places, it's a one-night event. In some places, it's 1 week. Overall, what was the moment that broke you? I want to know what the moment that broke you was, and I want to go before that moment and see if you had even a modicum of talent, but I highly doubt that that's the case. I highly doubt that that's the case. You are pathetic. You're pathetic. This movie is pathetic. Ultimately, at the end of the day, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is going to get a 1 out of 10 from me. Again, this film has made me more angry than most films do, because when I watch films that are objectively worse than this, there was a reason for it being made. They're homemade films by a really, really small team that were just having fun, that were just enjoying themselves. This is a soulless cash grab that doesn't even put in the effort to be even remotely competent at one thing. Also, I guess another thing that I can say, one of the other reasons you would come to this film is, it's a gory Winnie the Pooh movie. Gore is fun in horror. It's not even good gore. And not good gore as in well done gore. It's minimal gore. You don't really see anything that severe. You see things happen, but it's all in shadows, so you know that when they're shoving a knife down a girl's throat, it's obviously going into the tree beside her. Come on, if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna bring the audience in some way, if you're gonna promise a gory horror Winnie the Pooh movie, actually do it. Actually go all out and do it, but you didn't. It's an R-rated movie. Do it. What are you holding back for? You're just cheap, and you didn't want to use any sort of practical effects. Wow. Terrible film. Worst film of the year. Don't know if we're going to get much of a worse one, but I always say that and it always surprises me. Always there's a worse one. So do not go give your money to this if you have the chance. Wait till it comes on VOD and maybe like a week and a half after it's out of theaters, and then watch it if you want to. Make sure that you're intoxicated, because it's not a fun time if you're not. You can laugh at how absolutely ridiculous and abhorrent it is if you are intoxicated, but if you're not, you're gonna have a terrible time, just like I did. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, ultimately at the end of the day, gets a 1 out of 10. Stupid. You're stupid, and I hate every single person involved in this movie. And I've really tried to hold back on that word. I used to use it a lot. I don't like to talk about hatred when it comes to films, but my blood boils, brothers and sisters, and everyone in between. My blood boils when I think of this film. No point, no passion, no nothing, no cleverness, nothing, absolutely nothing. So yeah. That is it for this video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Next up tomorrow, I'll have an Ant-Man Quantumania Wasp review, because I'm so excited to see that, because that also looks great. And by great, I mean awful. And then next week, I'll have a review of Cocaine Bear. And then the week after that will be my BoJack Horseman video, which I'm filming right now at this moment. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will talk to you in the next one. Yeah, goodbye.